Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you the brand new replacement for the Recluse. Now before we do start with today's video, if you guys are new, remember to hit that like, subscribe, because we are on the way to that 30k mark. I just want to say a massive thanks to everyone that has subscribed recently, it does help out. And today we're going to be showing you pretty much a comparison of the Recluse to this brand new Recluse version 2 1.02 SMG. Now to do this and to get this SMG, what you guys have to do is simply complete a quest. This one right here, preparation. Now you don't have to complete it fully. The role that I do have you can get if you are lucky enough, but if you complete that quest you'll be able to get them in some umbrals, and it is one of the best SMGs. As you can see, it goes all the way up to 1360 power limit, so you'll be able to use this for a few seasons, and it does come with some good rolls, which is what we'll talk about later on in the video. Now just looking at the perks that I've got on this right here, now it's not even a bad roll to say it's my first one, nothing spectacular, but it's a pretty average roll. Now the one that I'm running is Snowball Seraph rounds. We do actually have accurized, which is pretty good. However, these Seraph rounds are really overpowered and you should definitely be after this right here. Rounds over penetrate targets and bounce off hard surfaces, so it's pretty much like ricochet, that sort of thing. This one comes with grave robber, which is not a bad perk considering the perk pool in my opinion. Melee kills reload a portion of this weapon's magazine, grants ammo for primary ammo weapons, reloads from reserve for special and heavy ammo weapons. Plus surrounded, which is not bad at all to be honest, which is a really good one compared to the Recluse, because also it does have that Master of Arms perk, which is why it made it so good. And then luckily we did get stability, and that's something we'll talk about in this video. Now SMG wise, if we compare these side by side, you can see the Recluse does have a lot better stability, however impact's a lot lower, range is a lot lower, and we don't even have a good range on this SMG. Also handling's a little lower, reload speed's a little higher, but it doesn't matter too much. And the magazine does have a quite bigger magazine in my opinion. Now I do have a backup mag on this. Without this backup mag, as you can see, it does come with 29, which is a little low for an SMG, but we'll talk about that when we are actually critiquing this weapon. So side by side it is pretty similar. Now the fire rate is a little slower, so you're not going to go through the magazine as quick as you would a Recluse. DPS wise they are pretty similar in my opinion. Now we're going to test it out side by side, so I'm going to show you just pretty much the stability. Now I want to say I'm on a controller on PC, so the stability on this is better than obviously on console, but it's not as good as if you were to use a mouse and keyboard. So I'm just going to fire up without sort of using the right stick to control it. As you can see, it does have quite a bad stability pattern, and if we swap to the Recluse I'll show you the difference. As you can see, the Recluse sort of stays a little bit more consistent, but like I said, you can control it really easily. But the damage wise, as you can see with a controller, it is easily controllable, and I know a lot of people have been moaning about the stability, but to be honest, as you can see, you can control it really well. Now the range on this is really good, and it pretty much does melt. The only downfall, like I said, is the magazine size at 32, but if you can get some perks, which we'll talk about, to give you obviously that magazine increase, then it is really good. I'm pretty sure you can get subsistence on this. I'll leave some perks on screen later on when we talk about the god roll, but in the gameplay I just want to show you sort of the range, that sort of thing compared to the Recluse. As you can tell, hits quite hard, and the range stability is overall a really good SMG. Now unfortunately, like I said, it is getting sunsetted, the Recluse, by the end of this season, so this is going to be one of the best replacements for it at the minute in my opinion. Now I know this is a Deathadder. If you want me to compare this Recluse to the Deathadder, just let me know. But as you can see, it does around about 580 as a crit from a decent range. Now the perk we do have, obviously if we get a melee kill, as you can see, we did get a magazine back. So overall it's not really that bad of a perk. Now I'm just going to show you a little bit more gameplay with this, and then we'll swap to the Recluse and you guys can see a side-by-side comparison, and then we'll show you the perks of this gun at the end of the video, and we'll discuss what some of the good rolls will be. So now I've shown you that, let's swap to the Recluse. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on sunsetting as well. Obviously it's going to affect the game massively, so I'd love to know your guys' opinions on this. Now the Recluse, as you can see from the amount of kills I've got, is one of my favourite PvE weapons. It's so good, especially on PC. Even on console, this thing, really nothing compares to it. But to be honest, this new Elgato SMG in my opinion feels very similar, and it could easily replace the Recluse. As you can see, the time to kill isn't really that much quicker. I'd say they're around about the same. And as you can see, where the Recluse struggles at range like here, to sort of at them longer distances, the Elgato SMG is a lot better. So up close I would say the Recluse probably takes it just by a little edge. However, at distance from that gameplay you've just seen of the Recluse, like if we try and shoot these thralls from a decent distance, it's going to be quite hard to kill them, especially with this. Whereas if we had the Elgato on, we'd be able to kill them really easily. So that's sort of what you're looking at. Like I said, up close you probably are going to get faster time to kill. Longer range you're going to get it with the Elgato. But like I said, there's no replacement sort of at the minute for this weapon. And I know a lot of people do love the Recluse, especially in PvE. And why not? Because it is definitely one of the best weapons. So talking about the Elgato, I'm going to pull up the perks and put them on screen right now, and we can talk about some god rolls that I think would be quite handy to get. So let's do that right now. Right, so this can come with quite a few barrels. So the first one's corkscrew, polygonal, small bore, fluted barrel, chambered compensator, hammer forged rifling, arrowhead break, extended barrel and full bore. Now the ones you're really going to be looking for, because you're not really going to use this in PvP, it's not really a PvP weapon as such, are pretty much corkscrew rifling, polygonal rifling and small bore, and that is because it increases stability more than anything. The best one you could get is corkscrew. The one that we do have is small bore, which is still really good. Now coming in for the mag, they have tactical mag, appended mag, extended mag, flared magwell, serif rounds, accurized rounds, steady rounds and alloy magazine. Now the only one I'd pretty much say to get is serif rounds. Accurized rounds are really good as well. Maybe even an extended mag would work really well for this, but yes, definitely serif rounds are really good. Now for the third trait and the third column, we have threat detector, subsistence, grave robber, dynamic sway reduction and pulse monitor. Now for me, I'd say subsistence is going to be your best bet just because of that magazine size. And for the final perk, we have vorpal weapon, demolitionist, disruption break, surrounded and tap the trigger. Now for me, I would say probably surrounded is going to be your best bet, because you're going to be using this on small sort of thralls that surround you. So when their enemies are close, you'll be able to kill them really easily. So the god roll for me, let me know your god roll, would be probably corkscrew rifling with serif rounds, subsistence and surrounded. So I'm going to be trying to farm this over the weekend and hopefully we can get them. That's pretty much wrapping it up. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of gameplay of this SMG so you guys can see it in full action. But that's going to wrap it up from me. If you guys did enjoy this video or you have any questions, leave them down below. And as always guys, turn on them post notifications and I'll catch you in the next one.